I live? I think I'm alive. Alrighty, hi and welcome to the changed schedule, little improvise. This is Cuphead. Everyone knows it, everyone loves it. I will be the conductor of the pain train here. Couple things before I start. This run is being played on the 1.1 patch of the game. So, not the first patch, not the second patch, we're right in the middle. So that means that it's not Legacy, which is no weapon swap glitch. And for anyone who may not know, the weapon swap glitch is just getting roundabout lobber, mashing weapon swap, and you're effectively shooting two weapons at the same time. One of the biggest optimizations in this run is that when a lobber EX, which is the stronger move of each weapon, explodes on the ground next to a boss, it does double damage for some strange reason. We don't know, we don't question it, we just enjoy the extra damage. And another optimization you'll be seeing me doing is whenever I shoot an EX shot, I'm going to be swapping weapons. And that's essentially what's called a Calva swap, discovered by the run of Calva. And what it lets me do is, normally when you shoot an EX, you stop shooting your regular bullets. But if you swap your weapons, you get to keep shooting your regular bullets. Now, I'm pretty much good to go. Am I doing a countdown for the stream timer? Be like a five countdown from 5. Alright, cool. I will do that right now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Starting off, we get to talk to Elder Kettle. We don't really care too much about what he has to say. We're not keeping the pea shooter for very long. Just to get through Forest Follies, to get enough coins to buy the broken lobber and spread weapons. Just mashing through dialogue, no biggie. Follies starting off, it's not too bad. There's going to be some global timers of enemies that we're trying to make it by, and then there's going to be some random enemies that we sometimes have to deal with. Let's see how that goes. And then in this first run, or this only run and gun that you'll see in this run, you're going to see me doing dash and then jump dash quickly for the best movement. Now coming up, first global timer is, oh, well, I was supposed to kill that guy, but the goopies, oh jeez, this is not a great start. This is really not a great start. Alright, we gotta try Follies again. That's okay, because there's a really cool clip at the end of the stage that I need HP for, so maybe we'll get to see that. Yeah, see, the flowers are the perfect example of enemies that control you. And then the spike balls and little goopies, as I was trying to say before I got murdered, are the global timer enemies. So, yeah. A death on the first level just goes to show how volatile this game can be. I missed the clip. Yeah, it's a frame-perfect trick, and unfortunately it puts me at 1 HP for this last section, which can be scary. Okay. Should be good. Alright, there we go. Small hiccup, but made it through Follies. No problem-ish. And then, let's see if I can do the thing here. I'm actually going to be mashing. If you mash confirm in this scorecard, you'll see that both of those stars for the skill level, they popped up one at a time. But if you mash confirm and you press it on the correct frame, which is 1/60th of a second, then both stars will appear at the same time. And it's a really odd way to save a second. But you can do it up to 20 times throughout the run. And I tried to close the shop and buy the weapon at the same time, but it didn't work because I'm bad. Starting off, first boss. Shouldn't be any hiccups, but of course that's not how this game tends to go. It's going to do a good job of showing how I'm going to be doing damage to all the bosses throughout the run. Basically, lobber at a range, spread up close. And then a big optimization here is what I'm doing in between transition phases, and that's called a lobber trap. And that's just allows me to get a big chunk of HP on the boss's big chunk of damage on the boss's HP before they even really spawn in. And doing the same there with the carrot. And explosion of the lobber EX, helping to deal with the mini carrots to deal with the root pack nicely. Nice easy little boss there, but right after that, we're getting into the hard stuff. Let's see. Okay. No star skip. Yeah, I'm gonna be mashing all throughout these scorecards to hopefully have a star skip, and I'll try and point one out when I see one. Now, Reaping Croaks, like I said, first hard boss of the run, second boss of the run, so it's always fun. We want to see punches here for this first attack. It's 50-50. You can do the super skip with either attack, but it's so much easier with punches. Let's see how they are to me. Ah, there's flies. Okay, so I'm going to go for it once. If I end up dying, I'll just do the regular skip. But what I'm going to be trying to do is not only skip the second phase, but skip part of the transition for the second phase. And I'm going to do a damage boost. That was a little close. And, okay, there we go. Got it. Now, just need to make sure I have full cards for the last phase. Yeah, full. Close enough. Now, this is actually the scary part, is going into this last phase with 1 HP. Because there's one of 3 things that'll happen. Hopefully... Ah, yes, that's the easy one for me. So, of course, going to be getting these lobbers on the ground next to the boss. Ooh, that was a little close. Yeah, nice little one cycle there with the super skip. That can be definitely tricky to do with flies first, but yeah. 48's pretty solid there. Hey, there's the star skip. Alright, yeah, so that just saved me a second for just being able to press the button fast. It's a really odd optimization, and I kind of wish it was either more consistent or not at all, because it just adds a weird, not quite random element, but basically random element to the run. I don't know. It's an odd thing. Next up, Goopy. Pretty easy boss, but can be surprisingly tricky to optimize, because he's going to be jumping away from me the entire time. And I can do these little hops underneath him to optimize spread damage. He actually did a unfortunate delay there. He may hit me here, and I prefer to keep an HP. Okay, good. First phase down, pretty simple. I don't really need HP, but I like to have it for... Ooh, okay. Oh, geez, that's a really weird pattern. So, he may get to move here because I might be too close. Or not. Okay, yeah, no, we're fine. Yeah, the gravestone phase is a lot more fitting when he's already dead before he can even move. Yeah, Goopy's an annoying boss for sure, because he's got ever so slight variances in what he can do. Like, he'll pause for a tiny bit longer than normal, and that'll usually throw off your damage just a little bit, and overall it ends up adding up. And a common question I get, actually, is how come I'm not parrying? I will be mostly throughout the rest of the game, but basically the way the parries work is they add 0.8 seconds to the scorecard when you go from 0 out of 3 to 1 out of 3, and then they freeze the screen for 0.16 seconds for every parry. So one parry needs to be worth 0.96 worth of damage, and so on and so forth. And Hilda is a scary boss because I need to do 2 damage boosts, and I think that shows... Okay, I need to do 1 damage boost, and I think that does a good job of showing off how the EXs work for the plane. And that's... they work like... They look like bullet bills from Mario, and they work in essentially chomps, or ticks, is what we call them. Whoa, got a little close to those stars. And of course you want to get as many ticks as you can on each boss. Scary dodges, no big deal. And when she's moving from left to right, and the EX is traveling inside of her hitbox, it does a lot of damage. Whereas normally you can get 4 or 5 ticks sometimes. You can get like 7 or 8 or 9 even on those damage boosts. So those are really good to go for. And then her hitbox extends, so we can get a bunch here. And actually what I'm trying to do here is get the EXs stuck on the UFOs and on her hitbox, because then they like to stay in her hitbox a little more and do more damage. So, okay, yeah, 113. Getting hit right off the bat, I don't expect too good of a time. I'm mostly hoping to not die. Because that second constellation attack becomes a lot scarier because it lasts for a lot longer, and especially when it's the Sagittarius. So yeah, Hilda's a scary boss for sure, and it's a little nerve-wracking. Leading into Cagney, first real big RNG point of the run. We don't want to see seeds. We really don't want to see seeds. Good Cagney patterns don't exist. The usual. Oh, well, there's one extendy boy. I'm missing a bunch of damage, though, so I'm going to need another. Yeah. Unfortunately, only one extendy boy, so I'm going to need another one of these attacks. He can do seeds or one of those attacks again. Ah, yes, I got lucky. I won the coin flip. So, yeah, transition to the last phase without seeing seeds. Seeds are just really bad all around because... one sec, I just want to make sure I get this damage here. Whew, okay, that was a little scary. Yeah, seeds are bad just because it's a longer animation, and that can prevent you from transitioning to the last phase, where you are able to use more spread. But also, the seeds are really tricky to dodge, and they spawn in like a thing at the top that'll spit a projectile at you, and it just really messes with your damage. So, seeds just sucks all around. And then Cagney's another one where you don't want to take parries because one parry doesn't get you enough damage to save that 0.96 seconds. Basically, a bit of a guideline for whether or not you want to take parries is, can you get double damage lobbers? Which you can't always do. You can in the first 3 bosses, but they don't make up for enough damage to be worth it to get a parry. Coming into Baroness, we got another big RNG point. She's got 5 minions that she can summon, and she'll only bring out 3 of them. So we don't want to see a waffle first. Okay, this is a really good starting one. Gumball sucks. Gumball third sucks. But yeah, we're just gonna come here, set up a nice little lava trap. Oh, that's good. It's really good to see waffle second. Oh no, I missed. No, I messed up the quick kill. That sucks. That's okay though. Nice little lobber. Ah, this is good. Yeah, okay. Yeah, take a nice little damage boost to deal with that cupcake quickly. Now, this fight is not over yet. This Baroness can still troll me. Okay. Doesn't matter. I had a good enough lobber trap, so she didn't even get to throw the head. Yeah, I had that's almost the god pattern. The god pattern is getting candy corn instead of gumball machine at the start. But I messed up the waffle. You're supposed to kill him before he splits because the waffle actually has 2 hitboxes that you're hitting each with a double lobber. So math would indicate that that's a 4 times damage lobber. But I think I messed it up, or I just messed up my damage on the rest of the waffle. Now you're going to be seeing me at the bottom left of the screen. I'm going to be doing most of the rest of these plane levels on keyboard, because that lets me do a trick called Luigi swapping, which is essentially it works the same as the Calva swap, but it's for the plane levels. So I'm going to be swapping and then swapping back to bullets and pressing EX on the same frame. That's the big difference between Calva swaps and Luigi swaps, is Luigi swaps are a frame perfect trick, and of course Luigi swaps being on the plane levels. Dealing with Wally's second phase here is pretty easy with a nuke. And then throw out a few mini bomb EXs here. Get a nice little damage boost to deal with the baby bird a lot quicker. And I'm going to pause here to bring in the last phase quicker. Oh, I got the god RNG. Let's see, I don't know if I'll be able to kill him here. Ah, I just got him. Yeah, so he can either go left or right in that last phase. Left is bad, right is great. And if he does the heart, that's not too bad if he goes to the right. You really want him to do the trash, though. Because if he does the trash, you can kill him before he does the heart. And when he spits out his heart, he's invincible, which is not fun. You can damage the heart, but you have to fly all the way up, and it's bad if you have 1 HP. 55 is a pretty nice time there, actually. And next up is the closest thing we have to an auto-scroller in this game. We got our next plane level, good old Jimmy the Great. This fight's an odd one just because it can feel like you have such an insane fight, but you don't end up having that good of a fight just because there's a lot of overlap. So if you have one really slow phase, you'll have one really quick phase and vice versa. But a fun little optimization that I'm doing here is I'm shooting 5 bullets and then a mini bomb. And that's because, sorry, it's hard to count and talk at the same time. That's because all damage done here is going to the boss's overall health bar. So they will die to either 6 bullets or 1 mini-bomb, but if you do both, if you do 5 bullets and then a mini-bomb rather, then you will maximize the damage that's being done to the boss's health and be able to clean that sarcophagus up really quickly. And then into the third phase, do a quick little EX here, and then bait this away. If you just sit at the back, it actually won't lock onto you. And then wait for the parry. He did a delay on that. There we go, puppets down, and something you'll actually be seeing me do there is anytime I have a little bit of downtime, I'm going to be swapping to mini-bomb and not shooting, just to refresh the cooldown. So that's going to let me do a quick mini-bomb and just get that extra little bit of burst damage. And you can do it with lobber shots as well, but it doesn't get utilized quite as much as refreshing the mini-bomb cooldown. So next up, we got good old Beppy the Clown. This is the hardest trick in the run. So I'm gonna give it a few tries. Since I've already died, there's no chance of a PB or anything. I'm going to give it a few tries, or give it 3 tries, and if I don't get it, then I'll just do the fight normally. But what I'm essentially going to be trying to do is damage him in a pretty particular way in this first phase. Okay, that's a nice first. Let's hope he's quick here. Oh, jeez. Hang on. Oh, that's a really bad pattern. Dang. So yeah, I'm trying to damage him to where he, just before he transitions to the second phase, and then overload him with enough damage to where he transitions to the third phase before the second phase even spawns in. Okay, that's a nice pattern. As long as this one isn't too quick, I should be able to get it here. Oh no, it ate my EX. But this is nice. There we go, got it. So yeah, he's going to be locked in this phase here, which is going to cut out on a couple of transitions. But the scary part isn't actually getting the skip. The scary part is dealing with this phase. Because this is pretty hectic, and it can be hard to see with the explosion going on. Oh, jeez. Okay. Just going to be quiet and focus here so I can take this out without dying. Fortunately, the cart won't come back around. There we go. Whew. Alright, second try's not too bad, actually, for Beppy Skip. I'm pretty happy with that. That's the biggest glitch you'll see in this run. There's quite a few in the Legacy patch, but not in this one. Oh, and a nice little star skip to go with it. Next, we got good old Grim. I'm going to be... As long as I keep 3 HP for the last phase, I'm going to be going for a pretty cool damage boost strat. If I get hit throughout the fight, though, I'm not going to. This fight's kind of cool in that it works like a flowchart, essentially. So I'm going to be shooting 5 EXs anywhere between the start of the fight and the transition to the third phase. And then by the time I get my 6th card, that's when the transition will actually happen. And then I get 1 more card, shoot another EX. Oop, I should be on lobby. 1 more card, shoot another EX, and then go in for the damage boost. This damage kind of sucks. Alright, there we go. First phase down. That was a weird pattern where I couldn't really get close to him. Unfortunately, though, for this next pattern, I'm going to be getting very close to him. Or I'm going to be doing my best to try to avoid getting close to him. You can do like little hops on these clouds without moving to try and minimize how close you're getting to him. So there's my 1 more EX. By the time I have 2, I'm going to be 2 more cards. I'm going to be going in for my damage boost. Oh, jeez. Uh-oh. Nope. I chickened out. Whew. So all my pellets didn't hit there, so I kind of just had to back out. That's a scary one for sure, though. And that's another fight, actually, where I'm not going to be taking any parries, just because there's no need to at all. That deals with aisle 2. Next up is Honeybottoms, another big RNG point in this run. There's a few of them, but the biggest thing with the RNG in this game is that there's not a ton of huge things that are going to cost you a bunch of time. It's just a lot of little small things that'll really start to add up. But Honey Bottoms, unfortunately, is one of the big ones. Where the first phase, anywhere after the first phase, there can just be a random number of platforms missing from the stage. Similar to Grim, but way worse. So, first phase isn't too bad. I'm aiming to kill the Oi 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 guy before... Ooh, this is a bit of an odd pattern. I'm going to use an EX here. Oh no, I took a hit. That's not great. Yeah, normally you don't want to take a parry here, but if you use a card there, it's good too. See, this is probably not going to be a good pattern. Okay, here are the rattles, so that means it's triangles, which means I have to bait and not get hit here. Or I'll get hit early and... Oh my... Dang it! Yeah, of course I didn't get any platforms. Ooh, okay. Yeah, he could stop early and really troll me. As he did there. Okay, yeah, that was not a good fight, but I didn't get hit, so... Or phase, rather. So, let's see. Oh no, it's orbs. This is even worse. Oh my goodness. Can you get on the stage, please? Oh, jeez. Orbs is really bad to get. Just because it's so hard to dodge and actually keep up damage. And then it leads into triangles, which, yeah, I'm definitely not getting a 2-cycle here. What? What? Did that get hit by the... I don't know what happened to my EX. Yeah, you want to try and get some form of a 2-cycle on her. It's not always doable. Oh, jeez, I didn't even get the... Oh, my damage was really bad. Where are my platforms? Please, Honey Bottoms. Okay, there we go. That was a horrible fight. Oh, jeez. That was, like, that was... Ugh. Not great, but of course I got screwed over by platforms. Ugh, 1 of 4. Oh, man. Alright, we're out of Honey Bottoms. The best pattern you want to see is her going to the middle first. Usually triangles first is easier because she'll do triangle and then middle. But the one you don't want to see is the orbs, because then she'll do orbs triangles, and it's really hard to dodge both of those. If she does middle, though, that's a really long pattern, so you can overload enough damage to where you can kill her during that book transition phase. But it's pretty tough, and you need pretty good platforms. Dr. Cal, the bane of every casual player's existence. Ooh, that's nice. You really want to see the chest spit out the parry as soon as possible. And I think that's the earliest possible pattern I could have gotten. Because you need to get 2 here. Or, well, at least I need to get 2 here. Oh, no. Kill the heart. There we go. I need to get 2 here so I have a nuke for this phase. Then I can just swap to mini-bomb, hit him with a nuke, another mini-bomb, and another quick mini-bomb. Leading right into the third phase, the good old bullet hell. I don't think I'm going to have a good parry pattern here. Oh, I got it. Cool. So that's going to let me get 1 parry there, and then 1 parry there, and I'm going to take a damage boost. And then have all my cards so I can do this nuke. I wanted to... Oops, I'm not really paying attention. Okay, there we go. That's a pretty nice fight, actually. I could have utilized that second damage boost a little bit better, but... That's an odd fight, because you take out the 3 individual pieces, and if you do one just a little bit different, then the whole rest of that first phase can be completely screwed up. And fortunately, the mini-bombs can damage both the stomach and the chest hitboxes, so that helps a lot. And then that last phase is just bullet hell. Don't let your shots get blocked. Simple. Now we got good old Sally. She's one of the easier bosses in Isle 3, but she can definitely be tricky to optimize. Because there's going to be a lot of jumping and... Case in point. You gotta stay up close with the spread, and that can not be easy. Oh, and she really sucks with her dive bomb accuracy, so it can either lead to a bonk. Why am I up this close? Okay, we're fine. It can either lead to a bonk or just an overall bad time. Oops. See, this is the scary attack. So now I gotta deal with these dumb gopher cars. Alright. Alright, okay, we're fine. Yeah, because you need a couple damage boosts for this. My damage actually kind of sucked there, so I'm gonna hit her with a lobber here to potentially set up for a quick kill. Nah, that wasn't the quick kill. You can kill her before she even starts moving to the right, but it's pretty tricky. I haven't really practiced it too much. Sally can be an odd one, because the second phase where she does that umbrella attack, you kind of want to see that as soon as possible. Because then she won't do it near the transition, and you won't have to deal with the gopher car things for the third phase. But overall, not too much trouble. Next up is Werner. He can either really suck or be really nice, depending on what his first attack is. We want to see him do a little catapult and not the tomato gun cannon. Because if he does the tomato gun cannon, then he can sometimes do both. But if he does the catapult, he'll usually do catapult into like a charge attack. Ah, perfect. And it's actually a lot easier to keep up damage. Okay. He gave me a trolley pattern. I may have to... Okay, no, we're fine. Ah, that damage kind of sucked. And quick little spready X to make it over him. His hitbox is actually a lot smaller than his hurt box there, so... Or, I think I said that wrong, that was vice versa. And what I'm going to be doing here is... That's a quad damage lobber. I don't think that second one was. So there's a really weird bug. I'm just going to... Oh, I didn't even need to take it. That's a quad, that's a quad, that's a quad. So there's a really weird bug where you're not only hitting the ground next to the boss for double damage, but you're also hitting the cart next to the boss for double damage. So all of those lobbers that I was shooting when the cart was stationary, that were down right, were all quad damage. And that can lead to a, as you can see there, a hilariously short last phase, where he only gets one attack off. And they're a little... The three in the transition are easy to get, but the two in the middle of the second phase can definitely be tricky, because of the gears trying to hit your face. Next up is another of the big RNG bosses, Briny Beard here. He'll be doing a gun first, which has a predictable but still scary pattern. I'm basically expecting to come out of this phase with 2 health. Unless I get a yellow here. Aha! Cool, so this gives me a lot of potential here in the next phase. He's doing another gun. I gotta dodge here. I might not be able to get a 3 cycle here depending on what this next attack is. Okay, water doggos aren't great because of that. Okay. So I think I get the 3 cycle here still. Okay, yep, got it. That was a little scary. Just want to make sure I get this here. Alright, that's fine because you just crouch beneath him and finish him off with spread. Yeah, that's a scary boss. Or it can be completely free. He could summon a squid that does nothing, a shark that does nothing, or he can do guns and dogs like he did there, which are really hard to dodge. I would have been definitely screwed there if I didn't save my HP in that first phase. But that first gun is really tricky to learn. I had to sit down for a good couple of hours just to learn that first attack. Because he shoots 4 projectiles, 3 of them are parryable, 1 of them is not parryable. Any one of them can be not parryable. And then there's always going to be a delay in between one of the projectiles. And the delay is random. So you're basically going into that expecting to be down in HP after the first phase. And then sometimes you get lucky. Now, Kala, basically I don't want to get trolled too bad here. Probably not going to happen. Oh, okay, this is nice to see. It's always good to see swordfish on not pufferfish, because it's really hard to dodge and keep up good damage. So, quick refresh of the mini-bomb cooldown. Alright, this is nice, except for the fact that I'm not going to get any parries, because I never get any parries from redfish. And just kind of throw Luigi swaps at her. Easy first phase. This is where it can get a little dicey because I need to take a damage boost. Basically, that freeze beam, super easy to mash out of on controller because all you need to do is do a couple of quick circle inputs. But as I said before, I'm on keyboard, so doing a quick circle input on WASD is not very easy. Oops. And then this last phase, you want to get up close because then you don't ever get hit by the freeze beam and don't have to deal with the ceiling or the floor while frozen. You just have to watch the right side of the screen to dodge the spike walls. And yeah, 1 minute flat's pretty good, especially for no parries. Yeah, Kala can throw out some really trolly first phase attacks that can lead to either 1 or 2 hits, and the rest of the fight becomes a hell of a lot scarier. And next up, hardest boss on the run, Phantom Express. This boss just sucks all around because it's very cycle-based. Because there's going to be pumpkins that are moving along to try and... or coming back and forth to try and move the cart. And the faster you clear up one phase, it can throw off your cycle for the next phase. So hopefully... I got left break. So I'm not going to be able to do the one cycle. I don't think. Oops, I meant to shoot that down. That's okay. Ooh, okay, that parry's really scary. I'll just take the guaranteed 2 cycle. Will I? There we go. That was a little close. My damage was not good there. Should get another parry here, yep. Not gonna have a great lava trap here for this phase. These bosses actually go low enough to let me hit them with a spready X, which is very kind of them. Oop. And yeah, this should be a decent fight. What am I standing on right now? I'm really not sure. This last phase can be really scary or really easy depending on your HP and cards. Oops. Okay, I might not get the 1 cycle. Okay, still got it. Yeah, I had 4 cards, so it was easy. Yeah, usually if you have 1 HP, you get a really trolly flame. Usually if you have 3 HP, you don't get hit by any flames at all. And hey, I actually got the A+ on that. That's cool. And 2 more bosses left. We got King Dice, the Devil's Lackey, King Dice, that we have to deal with. There's going to be 3 sections, each with 3 mini bosses. One's going to have a bonus heart. I want as many bonus hearts as possible. But if I don't get at least 1, I think I'm just going to retry until I get a bonus heart. The route I'm going to be taking is 3, 5, 7. Unless I misroll, which there's a very strong possibility of that. Let's see. What do I have for hearts? Oh my god, I actually got 2 hearts. That's super big. Let's just focus on the die rolls. Alright. Yeah, first up is the cigar, Mr. Wheezy. He's nice and simple. Just kind of sit across the stage, chuck huck lobbers at him, and wait for him to come over and do a quick little damage boost. Get into the sweet spot, of course, where you can just stand here. 1 flame is actually the best pattern. So, yeah, come back behind him. You want 1 flame so you can do as much spread damage as possible. Quick 3 EXs, and easy breezy Mr. Wheezy. Next up is the rabbit. His name is Hopkus Pocus, and I really appreciate that. I love that name. There's going to be a couple scary jumps. There we go, got a nice quick roll. Yeah, the die can spin either way, so you need to just react to whichever way the die is spinning. Because fortunately with this route, it lets me roll all 3s. Which is why going to 7 Piruletta saves time over fighting the 8-ball. Okay, this is nice. Always super nice to see a bottom row of suits. Now, just jump through the skull rings, no biggie. This is the scary jump. Ugh, okay, that's stressful to go for. Another quick jump through the skull ring, and bunny down. Yeah, the scary jump actually isn't going through the skull ring. Those are easy. The scary jump is when the parriest comes from the top down, because that's a really tight jump. It's really tough to not bonk. And we want to not bonk because of Piruletta here. Hopefully, she will do the spin. If she does the spin, hooray. Nice, easy fight. If she does the charge, it's not easy. Of course. Oh, jeez. I'm just going to sit at a distance here because... Alright. That wasn't too bad for a spin. I'm definitely not good at the... Or, sorry, for a charge. I'm not good at the charge. The spin is what you saw at the end there. And if you do that, if she does that first, you can just stay in place and load her up with EXs. So 1 more 3 roll. Set up a quick lobber trap here for King Dice. And what I'm rolling there is not a 1. The die always starts with a 1 and it just spins in a different direction. So you just need to wait a quick second to roll not a 1. Either a 2 or a 3 will get you to the end. And there we go, king dice down. Not too bad of a fight. It would have been actually potentially my best king dice fight if Piruletta spun there instead of charged me, because the rest of that fight was really solid. And of course I had 2 HP, so, or 4 HP rather. But oh well. And last big RNG factor happens to be on the last boss of the run. This is another boss where you can get some quad damage lobbers due to some weird jank with the floor. In the center of the stage, if you just do a double damage lobber, it'll be 4 times for some strange reason. But unfortunately, there's only 2 attacks that you can hit quad damage lobbers on. One is a really fast dragon attack, where you can just load up with lobbers, EXs if you have them. And the other is a really slow spider that'll try and drop on you and ruin your day. I don't like getting hit that early. Yep, there's the spoder. So yeah, you kind of just set up lobber traps. He's not really giving me time to get in quads. There we go. I think that was one. Yeah, not a great spider. And then I should get a clap here. Dodge that with the stall of the EX, and there's the transition. Okay, not too bad. The spider can drop down on you a bunch more, and of course, not drop on your lobber traps. Quick little pause to spawn in the last phase, similar to Wally. Oops, he dodged my EX. But actually, Cuphead does a little surprised animation there. So you can cancel that with an EX. And this platform is actually helping me out here. Second phase went pretty quickly because I got a fortunate platform. Whoa. And, oh, time's actually going to be coming up here once I kill the devil. So, time. That actually went a lot better than I expected. Wow. Yeah, sorry I didn't really give any time for donations. That's my bad. There's just so much to cover in this game.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Oh. Alright, that is, I'm quite happy with that run. Wow. For anyone in the chat, Cuphead times with loadless. There's an auto splitter program, or a live split program rather, and that was a 3146 without loads. Whew. I'm quite happy with how that went actually. But yeah, if anyone has any interest in speedrunning this game or watching more of the speedruns, we've got a community Discord that you can find on speedrun.com. There's actually some races going on for the current patch of the game on a channel called channel twitch.tv/gg_speedruns. So a lot of Cuphead speed going on right now. If anyone is at all interested in watching / joining in on the speed, always an insanely welcoming community. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for me. Thanks for having me on. All the good stuff.